Hi, I'm Jared Falk, and today I'm going to teach you 5 beginner drum fills. Now, when I first started playing drums, I didn't know what a drum fill was, I didn't know when to play it, and I didn't know how to even come up with them. I always saw videos of drummers just playing a beat and then all of a sudden just going crazy on the drums and then coming back to the beat. And I'm like, well, what happened? What did you just do? How did you do it? And so I got 5 examples that I've written out for you, and I'm going to demonstrate these to actual music. And later on in the video, I'll tell you where you can actually go get this track so you can practice these fills yourself. So to get started, let's just talk about what drum fills actually are. You know, if you're just playing a regular beat, and then like I said, you see a drummer, break it up with something else, that's typically a drum fill. And so in this case, I'm going to play a regular beat, and I'm going to do my drum fill around the snare drum and the 3 toms. Now, coming back after the drum fill, I'm going to crash on beat 1 of the following bar. Now, this is something you don't need to do right away, but it's something you can consider practicing once you've developed these drum fills. So let's just start off with number 1. Okay, I'm just going to demonstrate it for you at a slower tempo just to show you how it sounds going from the beat into the fill. Here we go. Alright, so I played the simple beat, and then on beat 1 of the next bar, the drum fill starts, and then that goes all the way to the end of 4, and then I crash on beat 1 of the next bar, and back into my beat. Alright, so the beat 1 of the next bar, when I crash, it's replacing the first hi-hat that you see on the sheet music. Okay, so it's not like you play the crash, and then you have to start the beat on beat 1. The crash is beat 1. So now I'm going to show you how that fill sounds with music. Alright, so that's how a drum fill sounds when it's played within a song. In this particular song, we actually, cut out the music and just put the metronome in there so you'd know exactly when to play the fill. In most typical music, they don't do that. Musicians keep playing, then you'll just do a drum fill. But for practicing's sake, this method is really going to help you learn fills way faster. So if you're watching this video on drumlessons.com, you can just download the MP3 below, or if you're watching it on another video site, just find the video description and click the link in there to get to the lesson page, and then you can just download the MP3 there. Alright, so fill number 2, we're going to move away from 8th notes, and we're just going to play straight 16th notes down the toms. So 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3 eanda, 4 eanda, and then crash back in on the 1. I'll show you how it sounds slow. Alright, and so if that's even too fast for you, don't be afraid to just do it really slow until you're comfortable with it. So now I'm going to demonstrate that along with the music, and you'll see how different it sounds as compared to the 8th note fill that we did first. Alright, so when you're playing these 16th note fills, it's always important to just try and stay as loose as possible. Don't grip the sticks really tight. You don't want to do this, unless you're trying to put on a big show or do a big drum solo. But for the most part, you want to just stay generally loose and just move around the toms nicely. So for fill number 3, we're basically splitting it up and not playing them in groups of 4. We're going to do 2 on the snare, 2 on the high tom, 2 on the snare, 2 on the mid tom, 2 on the snare, 2 on the floor tom, and then just 4 on the snare. So it'll be da 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 da. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this sounds slow. Alright, so before you put that one with music, you want to make sure that it's really comfortable going between the drums. So you got the sequence of it up. So it's 2 here, 2 here, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 4. And then once you get comfortable with that and you're able to play it up to speed, bring it to the music and you'll see how it sounds. Alright, so these next couple fills are going to be a little bit more challenging. The fourth one, as you can see on the sheet music, is a little bit more broken up. So it starts with 2 snares, to an 8th note on the high tom, and then it has a group of 4 16th notes with the bass drum included. So what I'm going to do, just to kind of demonstrate for you, is just play the sequence of it very, very slowly to show you how it sounds. So before you actually play it within time or play it with a metronome or anything, I'd really recommend just learning the sequence, learning what note comes in what order, and just memorizing it. Okay, so let me play it for you one more time. And now I'll play it for you with a metronome. So this is a fun one. Let me show you how it sounds with the track. So for the fifth and the final fill, we want to learn it in the same way, and that is just figure out the sequence first, what comes in what order. And in this case, it's all just right, left, but we're placing our hands over the toms in weird places. So to start off, don't worry about the timing of it. Don't worry about anything like that. Just worry about playing everything in the right sequence, really slowly. So just look at the sheet music and then figure it out. And if you have to, just go slower. So even if it's, I'll show you how slow you can go and how crazy you can be. You know, if that's what it takes for you to be able to learn this fill, you know, just do it. It's worth it, you know, because once you know how to play it, you can play it with music, you can do whatever you want. You can take it to a completely new level. So let me show you how it sounds with a metronome. Now let's try it with some music. So there's 5 beginner drum fills that you can take to your kit right away and start practicing. If you're watching this on drumlessons.com, you can download the MP3 that I was playing along to and the sheet music using the links below. If you're watching this on another site, just find the video description and click the link in there, and you'll get to the lesson page where you can download all the lesson resources. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.